Pacific Ocean Marketplace is a locally owned company by the Lamb family, which is actually our family, and it basically just carries all the type of Asian groceries that you can find here in the state of Colorado. We do have 3 different locations, and it started first in 1989 in our Denver store, and then the family decided to open one up in 2005 in Broomfield, and then we just opened up another one in 2014 in Aurora. So what we have brought you here is basically all from the Aurora store, but you can find all these items in all 3 locations. So right now, during this time of year, it's coming up to Chinese New Year, which is on February 5th, which is just in a few weeks on a Tuesday. And some of the things that we brought here, this is like a Chinese New Year kind of dish that you would share with the family during dinner time.
Nice. And then probably preserved fruits and vegetables in there?
Yes, preserved candies, candied ginger, candied different stuff, lotus nut here. So there's just a variety of different things here. This is like your traditional platter that you would have during Chinese New Year. And then here we have a pomelo, and we do have a red envelope. That's usually what you put on your table as decoration. And then here we have durian, and we'll go into all the other things that we carry in the store. But frozen durian is an item that obviously most people haven't seen before. It is well known.
I'm one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Right, and this is known to be the stinky fruit. I don't think there's anything in comparison.
I'm one of those too.
And we definitely brought something for you to try today too. So you can certainly try that out, and then we'll see how you like that.
What is that?
This is actually the pulp of the durian. So this is what is inside
that's
here.
the inside.
Yeah, but I can't cut this
It looks
open
a lot
for you
prettier
today.
in the
Oh,
package.
definitely, yes. So you can certainly try this later. And then what we have here is our live lobster that we carry throughout all 3 stores. This comes from Maine. And then here we have our roast duck. So we specialize in Chinese roast duck and also pork. And so this is a Chinese-style Peking duck that you would see in other restaurants. But we do it whole, we can cut it for you, and this is what you would put in those like little buns that you will have with like green onions and stuff. And I believe Tuan will be doing that later and cooking this up for us. Here we have our roast pork. We usually cook the full entire pork, the entire pig, I'm sorry. So this is just like a little section of that I brought for you today. And so we can certainly try that later. And then here, this is our French bread. So we cook and bake our French bread daily throughout the day, and we sell to restaurants, we sell to just regular customers. So we are really famous for our French bread as well.
Well, and I will say, Betty, a lot of people don't know, but you are like a secret ingredient for so many chefs here in Colorado. Well, and more so in the Denver, Boulder area. I know so many chefs that come to you because you have these unique, awesome items, whether it's from produce to dry goods, to dried mushrooms, all the things and sauces that you all carry over there. I tell you, folks, even take your kids there. I think it's an incredible experience because the live wells that they have with all the fish, the crabs, the lobsters, that is so impressive. You don't get that in grocery stores anymore like we used to, but it's every day at Pacific Ocean. I think that's cool. The Peking duck, folks, I was just in China in Beijing, as everybody knows, for 10 days. And that was something I got to go to one of the most famous Peking duck restaurants in China. I thought it was totally cool, and that was sort of why I talked to everybody around the show about that. We've got to celebrate the Chinese New Year because it's something that's coming up, and we do have a really awesome Asian community here in Colorado.
Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, my gosh, I'm looking at this now. I went shopping at your stores, and let me start with, I am a horrible shopper. I hate to shop. Brother Luck comes down to do a demo. They send me over to your store to shop, and I'm lost. A gentleman helped me pick everything out, but I was a little nervous because I'm shopping for Brother Luck, for gosh sakes, and I'm like, don't mess anything up. But what I'm getting at, I was amazed at the number of products. I looked online. How many products do you carry?
Right now, we're assuming it's around 70,000 products.
Oh, let me tell you, because I did my homework. I looked it up, and you've got on your website, you've got 289,045 different products. And what's amazing is if you go over there, and you've got people that will help some dummy like me find what they need.
Absolutely.
And so it's an awesome experience that you're delivering there beyond just the food. And and that's not to belittle the food. I mean, look at this. Yeah. I want to go to your house for dinner. This is incredible.
Well, I love that they brought a live lobster. That's just fun in itself.
Well, it was a live lobster. Now,
Yeah, he's
Jay
looking a little
Parker here.
sleepy.
Yeah, he's just kind of hanging out. Hey, listen, Tracy and Betty were nice enough to give me a tour the other day, and I'm showing that tour right now on Facebook. So if you're in the shout of our voice here, go to Facebook and watch the video as it runs. But amazing place. It's an amazing place, and if you haven't been, I can't stress enough to go and check it out, because whether you think you're into something, you don't know until you're there.
Oh, you can
You know
get
what I mean?
every part of the
Don't be
animal. You
don't
can
be
get every.
afraid.
Yeah.
They have everything.
Well, and I encourage people to try stuff like that because you live once, right? There's no redo. So you better experience everything you can, in my opinion. And that's why I could spend a day. I love your Aurora store. I got to tell you, that place is just, it's so big compared to, I've been an avid fan. I've been shopping at least probably close to since you've been open. I moved here in 91 and I found you all right after that because it was just one of those places that, to me, that's what food is about.
Yeah.
You know, diversity and not a lot of people. And, you know, I met you all really as a backup for one of my chefs in Vail. I needed some maitake mushrooms. And I know your one store there on it's really like what, Alameda and Jewel or
It's Alameda and Zunai.
Zunai.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
right where the new Costco Business Center is.
Now, what do you each do there? Betty, what do you do at the store? And which store?
So we both work at the Aurora store primarily.
Okay.
That is our newest and largest store that we just opened.
And where is that?
That is located on Mississippi in Peoria, so right off of like I-225 in Mississippi.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
And we are both the store managers and floor operations, basically.
So you're over there cracking the whip, making sure everything's stocked up,
Basically, yes.
making sure there aren't people lost wandering around like me, that you can go and help and actually get them.
Oh
get
yeah,
them
absolutely.
stocked up.
There's a lot of new customers, so we do like to help out each customer because there are a lot of special different things that they are looking for, ingredients, certain items. So we do try and get to know all of our customers and try and help each and every customer the best that we can.
That's awesome. Now, what do you do, Tracy? I mean, you're side by side. Does one like watch more of the front, and one watches more the finances, or?
Yeah, no, exactly. You put it like right in front of my mouth. So I usually do a lot of the finances and some marketing that we do, and then we both do store operations as well.
Yeah, that's how my brother and I have split up our business. He watches the back. He's like, he's an omnious presence back there. Now, both of you look pretty young, and so I don't think you opened up a store in 1989. I don't think either one of you did that. Tell us a little bit of the backstory on it. How did it get started? Who started?
Right. So our father, Trong Lam, he's the one that started the business. He came over here from Vietnam back in, I believe, in about 1988. And he came here basically with nothing. And he came here from Vietnam just on his own, without his parents, without his family members. And he just started working out in California. And then he found out his brother, my uncle, had come to Colorado. So then he moved over here to Colorado, and they decided to open like a small retail store. And when they were trying to find these Chinese products and Chinese grocery items, they couldn't find it. So my father and my grandfather decided to open up Pacific Ocean Marketplace. And our first location is still on Alameda and Zunai, the Alameda store. And that is going to be renovated very soon here. And that is our first and best store. And then we opened up the Broomfield store, and he decided to branch out because he just saw a demand there as well. And then we have some other family members that have also grown interest into helping manage that store. So we have family members in each store to kind of help control and help bring up the store.
Nice. Now, is he still involved in the business? Is he
yeah,
still there?
absolutely, absolutely. He jumps between all three locations weekly. So he's here today at the Aurora store, and then he's going to be going to another store tomorrow. So he does jump around.
Awesome, awesome. And what do you expect for the future? Is there store number 4, 5, 6?
Not right now. We are focusing just on this one. It is a really big project. Since the Aurora store is the largest, there's still a lot going on. We're still trying to stabilize everything like that. But hopefully in the future, we can do something like that.
Now, how big is that Aurora store?
You're looking at about 70,000 square feet.
70,000 square
people have compared it to several Walmarts and things like that, but yeah, it's very large. It's almost double the size of our Denver store. and definitely double the size of our Broomfield store.
Yeah, and what differentiates us with the other locations, why Aurora is so much larger, is because we have a separate section in our international market for Aurora, just because we know that Aurora is the most diverse city, I would say, in the Denver metro.
Yeah.
And so we cater to a lot of different other Asian ethnicities. So we have a Japanese section, Korean, Indian, and then we also branch out to the rest of the world. So we have a Caribbean and African section along with a Hispanic section.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I'll tell you, if you've known me long enough, you've probably gotten a gift from your housewares section at your Alameda store, because I love all the pottery and stuff that you carry. It's unique. You don't find it everywhere in town. The price is always right. And
Great.
so, yeah,
Glad to hear
it's something I personally have some of those bowls from your houseware section, because they have these rich, if you haven't checked it out in the front of their store, I haven't been to the Aurora and explored as much, but in the front there's a little houseware section. They have everything in these stores. I mean, I can tell you, when I've been in a pinch, I go to Pacific Ocean Market.
It's amazing. Now, do you do any classes to teach people?
We have been thinking about that. We just don't have the space for it. We definitely wanted to see if there's a space that we could rent out so that we can do some cooking classes, because we have had several requests for that. And we do have ideas on that, and we're working on that.
No. Now, it looks like you two have really grabbed
We're on
the
the air,
proverbial
Rich.
bull by the horn.
We are on the air.
Oh,
Okay,
fantastic,
great.
fantastic.
There it is.
Well, let's
It
do a
is-
reset,
yeah,
folks.
let's reset.
Let's tell
This-
everyone, Rich, jump right in this. Tell everyone.
Well, we're here at the Modern Eater Show. Do we have Greg on the other end?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Well, let's just plow on. So what I was saying is, it looks like you girls have definitely grabbed the bull by the horn. And are you planning to stay in it further, or is this something like, oh, I'm going to school for something else?
No, we actually graduated school already, so this is definitely like more of a permanent thing.
Question for you, because I kind of grew up in something like this. Do you think it was something when you were growing up, was like, oh, I want to do anything but that?
Oh, definitely.
And then you
not.
grow up and you go, well, that's not so bad. What was it for you?
We grew up in the business, so ever since we were younger, my parents always brought us to the store. We were always interacting with all the employees and customers and things like that. So being brought up in the store, it just made us want to be in the store and want to work. So when we graduated high school and went to college, we had our degrees focused around business management in order to continue and work for the family business.
Nice.
Truly beauty and brains.
Definitely. And folks, that was the voice of Betty Lamb. Betty with her sister Tracy Lamb from Pacific Ocean Market here tonight on the Modern Eater Radio talk show.
They're doing fantastic.
I have a question. Here's a question for you, Tracy and Betty, and whoever wants to field it. If you weren't doing this, what do you think that you would be doing?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question. You know, I feel
Those are
like
the only kind of questions I ask. Just the good ones, all right?
I think if we weren't doing this, we would be focusing on another family business.
Another family business?
Yeah, but
Dave,
mainly
can you
in
hear
real
me? It's
estate.
Greg.
Oh,
Greg,
Greg popped
Hey,
on.
here's Greg Hollenbeck.
Greg, I'm looking around. I
Throw
don't
the
see you.
Throw the break.
Go to break.
Okay.
All right. So you're listening to the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. More with Betty and Tracy from Pacific Ocean Marketplace.
Choose your path. Clear. Side.
Yo.
Okay. I'm going to get us through, and then we're on the air right now, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the first break, and then when we come back, I'm going to be behind the microphone here in K-House. So,
Gotcha.
Jay or Rich or Brian, bring us back, and then it'll take me about, 10 seconds to get around to the other side to get behind the microphone.
Greg, do we have any lives
Get
coming up?
gorgeous, shiny,
Sound good?
Yeah,
looking
sounds
hair.
good.
You look as if you just came from the salon.
Greg, do we have any lives coming up in this segment?
Is at each spot, posed of multiple tones, just like a colorist would mix a color formula in the salon. Delivered to your door for under $25 with every box of Madison Reed hair color. You get access to licensed colorists, so you can color with total confidence. So if looking good, feeling great, saving time and money are on your list of New Year's resolutions, it's go time. Visit madison-reed.com, take our online quiz to find your perfect shade, and get 10% off plus free shipping on your first color kit. Use code DENVER. That's code DENVER. Try it. Love it.
Greg, can
That's
you hear us?
the beauty of Madison Reed.
I can.
Okay, good. So
Hi,
it looks like
I'm Charlie, the brewmaster at Brews.
Like what?
we're at 6:24.
I want to tell you about
You want to break again at 6:30 to get us back on track?
About 6:32 or something.
Okay.
I mean, you know.
Okay.
Years. And this May, you can be
You're
part of the greatest
omnipresent.
beer
It's
trip
like
ever.
you're an overlord.
We're taking a look.
I'm with you.
How much more of this?
Incredible days. Airfare, luxury
how much
hotels,
longer are we
fabulous
on?
food,
About
lots
another
and lots
6
of
minutes.
great
Yeah,
tasting
6-7
beers.
minutes.
Okay.
You can visit breweries.
You're doing
rarely
awesome.
open
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should. You were rocking
What do you want us? Is
Tremaine,
there something you
Rosary
want us to
DuPont,
bring up?
and
Oh
all
yeah,
of them you can
Chinese New
list
Year
here.
and the Lion
We'll
Dance.
visit the
That we're gonna
cities
have
of
like a
the Lions
little
Dance?
festival thing.
We
At
could-
which
we could-
location?
Beer
At
cellar,
3 locations,
potpourri,
and so I
and
want to
the
kind of
amazing Belgian
describe
countryside.
Chinese New Year.
This
if you
is
don't
the
mind.
dream
Is
of
it
a
on your
family
website?
gathering, and
No.
you can be part of it.
Where can I
Spaces
find
are
that?
limited, and it's filling up
On
fast.
Westward.
Westward.
I'm
okay.
about to post it.
303.
Wait. No.
Jay, do you want to bring him back into that, or
233.
Brian,
That's
or me?
bring it. It doesn't matter.
303
Jay, yeah.
Jay.
E-E-R.
He's-
Or go to our website, brewsbeers.com.
Coming back.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Chef Brother Luck from Forward by Brother Luck in Colorado Springs. Oh, man, we're having a good time. We're having a good time. And also competing on season 15 of Top Chef. You are listening to the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Hi, everybody. It's Chef Carrie from Bardo in Denver. I'm also on season 15 of Top Chef Colorado. And you're listening.
Okay, you're hot.
And we're back at Studio Kitchen, Colorado. Jay Parker, Brian Freeman, Little Rich Schneider from Rockalitas Tortillas. Brian Freeman's from Growers Organic. We're here talking with Betty and Tracy Lamb from Pacific Ocean Marketplace. And ladies, before I forget, we're going to go to Elon Wenzel in just a few minutes, and we're going to talk about the sushi that he's preparing with tuna from said Pacific Ocean Marketplace. But before we do that, ladies, Tracy and Betty, tell us about the Chinese New Year coming up. What are you guys doing? What's the plan?
Yeah, so Chinese New Year this year, it changes every year, by the way. It's the Year of the Pig, and Chinese New Year lands on a Tuesday on February 5th. And to celebrate Chinese New Year, we always have a lion dance every single year at all 3 locations. And so we have a lion dance that comes out. There's a lot of fireworks, and they go through the store, and this is to promote like a good new year, longevity and happiness and good fortune for a business. So it's very good and a great event. I would say it's a very family-friendly event, and it's I would say it's like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm not even joking, just because it's so different than what every other culture has. But this is just very special to us, and it's one of the main holidays that we have for Chinese and Asian people. And so at our Denver location, it's going to be on Saturday, February 9th at 2:30. And then at our Broomfield location, that is going to be on Sunday, February 10th at 12 p.m. And then at our Aurora location, it's going to be on Sunday, February 10th at 2:30 p.m.
Nice. I want to go check that out.
I like to
take
dance.
the kids. Yeah. Do you like to dance, Greg?
I love dancing. And I like fortune, and I like longevity, and I love all of those things. Sorry I missed you guys again. No radio, no man it's master, right, Jay?
Don't I know it? I had to let you drive my car.
So I'm back in the iHeart studio right now, and just a couple of technical problems, but I thought I'd just swoop down here, make sure that we're on the air. But I want to have a little, what did I miss? I mean, these gals are, I'm getting text messages from chefs all over town. One in particular, Preston Phillips, a Grind Kitchen and Watering Hole in Cherry Creek. But what is it with, why do chefs love Ocean Pacific Market so much?
Pacific Ocean Market
Pacific Ocean so much. What's the answer?
That's to you and Betty. Betty and Tracy, tell us. Tell Greg.
We just carry a large variety of products. So we carry, it's an international market. So you're looking at Asian grocery, you're looking at Indian grocery, Mexican, African, Jamaican, all different types of foods and cuisines that you can find only at our store. You can't find anything like this here at like King Soopers or like a Target or anything like that. So all those specialty items that the chefs are looking for, we hopefully carry 100% of that.
I love the specialty items, but I also like the, you talk about the medicinal area that you have as well, Chinese medicine. That's big as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are the largest Chinese pharmacy in town. All 3 locations carry about the majority of the same kind of products. So you're looking at if you have something with aches and pains, if you have like just a stomach ache, if you have basically just any kind of pain or any kind of problems you may have, we have a Chinese supplement for that.
And Betty, that's so cool that most people don't realize you don't need a prescription because everything you use, it comes from, it's all herbal and it comes from the planet and it's natural. It's not synthetic.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
I've got one question. Do you have anything to make people taller?
I wish we did, because I would definitely use it myself.
If you uncover that, let me know. You know what dawned on me as you're talking about your store, and I
Well,
think
Rich,
yes.
aren't you still sleeping in that device that hangs you upside down?
I'm trying. I know. I sometimes I feel like a bat in that thing. But here's what I've noticed, Greg, when I went through their store, is it's much more than just the merchandise and the collection of merchandise. As you walk through there, it is truly an experience where suddenly you're inspired. You want to do something. You want to make something incredible out of all these ingredients. It is truly more a sum than just of what you've got on the shelves. It's something in the air. You've got magic there, truly.
Yeah, it
You
definitely.
do.
I definitely hear from a lot of customers. It's more like an experience because when you go in there, there's so many different kinds of people all in one area, and everyone's kind of looking around the same thing sometimes, and so you definitely communicate with other customers to see like how you can make your dish better, or like what ingredients to add into your special dish or whatever you need. And so we carry spices, sauces, and then even frozen product. And then, all your good snacks that are all imported from, all other Asian countries, and then all the other countries we did mention before.
Tracy, I would say I think you carry inspiration because truly,
You're right.
You walk around there and you have so many products, and it's just like being at a farmer's market. There's so many incredible things coming at you in every direction. I mean, when you see like the cow's tongue, or if you go over to their meat section, where you truly, folks, can get any cut, any part of the animal, that gives you inspiration. Even if you don't like it, it makes you think, what could I do with that?
Yeah.
And that's why I think chefs love it. To your question, Greg, I think so many chefs love what these ladies and their family has done over the last, 26, 27?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if there are chefs in earshot of this and eye shot, they certainly, if you haven't been there, you've got to go. You truly got to go.
Yeah.
Listening to us yak,
It's
does
a place
not do it justice.
Yeah, you
still.
can get shisho leaves every single day.
Shisho?
Shisho leaves. We've got some here. You'll try them.
Shisho.
It's
Shisho.
there's they have every. I mean, I just love it. All the different mushrooms they carry almost. They might. I don't know. They might carry close to as many mushrooms as I have, and I'm a distributor. I mean, and I'm going out there trying to. I know they do in the dried. If we added all their dried mushrooms, they'd have more than I. I have like 12 varieties of different mushrooms, and they have more. I mean, it's just that's what I love. Please, folks, get over to Pacific Ocean Market. Check it out. It's an eyeful.
Yeah,
it's an eyeful.
Definitely. And these two are very easy on the eyes, too.
Thank you.
I hadn't noticed.
I hope all of you watching on Facebook, obviously they're not looking at Brian or myself. That's for dang sure. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for coming down and sharing your food, your story, your personality, and excited to see what transpires here yet this evening with these chefs.
I've had my eye on that duck for a while.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
having
so
us.
much.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you,
Mr. Hollenbeck, what would you like to add, my friend?
Listen, that's just great, and we've been wanting these ladies to come down, so it's nice to have met their acquaintance and to build that relationship with them. Truly, it means a lot to us. So, Betty and Tracy Lamb, thank you so much for joining us on the show tonight. It means a lot to us.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Pacific Ocean Marketplace. If you haven't been, go check it out. I have a feeling that the word is out, ladies. Let's just say that the word is out.
Yes, quite a few of them.
Greg, do you know what bubble tea is?
Bubble tea.
Bubble tea or
No,
boba tea?
Boba
it
tea,
could be either.
Boba.
Oh, well, I know what that is. I didn't know what bubble tea is.
Okay.
Boba tea, what is it?
Well, no, it's interchangeable. So bubble tea and boba tea.
Well,
are
it's
the same, yeah.
interchangeable, so you can say boba, I can say bubble, but they mean the same
I
thing.
like
But
shishu.
but when I was down there taking my tour, they enlightened me on it because I didn't know. But basically, and they could explain it better than me, but it's a sweet tea that has tapioca balls in the bottom of it.
Yeah, I've had those.
And as you
Oh my
drink
God,
it,
see,
you
Little Rich
use-
has had it before
use-
you have?
Well, listen, Little Rich he's a man on the street. He's out there. Everybody knows him. I'm an introvert.
I have this little rickshaw that's pulled by a mule.
Rickshaw
And when he says that, he fits perfect.
Are people enjoying the food? It sounds like
Oh, my
everybody's
gosh.
eating. Let's hear it from
Yeah.
the crowd.
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
get the crowd to say
Tuan Law
something?
is whipping up some Mama Law I see some spring rolls over there. I see.
Tuan Law is going berserk. And
Yeah.
Greg,
Yeah.
honestly, nobody even knows that we're doing a show right now at this moment. They don't know we're doing a show.
Oh my gosh! And
Yeah.
look
Which
what
is
the
good.
cat dragged in. Jim Pittenger, Biker
Oh
Jim,
my
with
gosh.
a cake
Is
showed
that
up.
another
This is a
cheesecake?
surprise.
Is that a cheesecake? No, darn it.
Hey,
Greg, are we
I'll
going to
take
be
it.
going to a break?
Yeah, we're going to go to a break here.
Okay.
I look forward to seeing you guys back there. Save some food for me, would you?
Yeah, well, and I'll tell you, Greg, I think we need to have the ladies back and do just a middle of the week, just to learn. There's so much we could talk about.
Yeah.
But this whole fact that the Chinese New Year is coming up, we've still got a couple weeks for that, folks. You've still got enough time. There's so much culture involved around that. There's so much tradition that is really unique. And I see the red cards all over the table. And folks, I don't know if you know what that is for, but you definitely want to get a red card and to give a red card on the Chinese New Year. And what that's all about is there's a mystery gift inside, and it's just about goodwill for everybody. And maybe, ladies, tell me more. Tell us more real quick before we go to the break.
Yeah, so the red envelopes, they're all designed differently, but a lot of people should get these, and their mystery gift is money inside every time. So who wouldn't love to get these any time of the year? But mainly it's for all the kids and, usually adults. A lot of friends also gift it to family members too, and so you just put whatever money you want inside for them, and it's to promote good fortune for the new year.
And red is significant of
Good luck.
good luck and
Yes.
prosperity, right?
Yes.
Red is prosperity.
Yes.
Look at that. I've got a Bitcoin in mine.
Again, thank you, ladies, Betty and Tracy Lamb, Pacific
you.
Ocean Marketplace. You did a great job, and Elon Wenzel, he's coming up next. You're listening to the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio. I think you are. Keep talking until I can run around and punch the button, guys.
I love it. Well, we do hope to
Greg.
get Greg back here because the food seriously
know.
is really flowing right now as we look down on this. Betty and Tracy, do you have an appetite? Are you hungry?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I can't wait to try some of this pho that Tuan has whipped up and also what Elon has whipped up with our sashimi-grade fish.
Oh, my gosh.
There's
Super
no better
excited.
place to find someone with
there
the
we go.
skills you're looking for.
Elon, we need
We
to
are on
Someone
break.
with a master's in computer science and database experience. Plus, Indeed screener questions help you find your shortlist fast.
Now I'm back to having just one job.
Get a $50 credit to give your first job posting premium placement at Indeed.com/credit. Terms, conditions, quality standards, and usage limits apply. Additional terms online.
Looking for ways to save with your Walgreens is a preferred network pharmacy with many plans nationwide, which could mean lower copays for you. So bring your prescriptions to a Walgreens pharmacy today to start saving. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Walgreens participates as a preferred network pharmacy with United Healthcare, Cigna HealthSpring, and Express Scripts Medicare. For a complete list of available plans, please contact 1-800-MEDICARE. TTY users should call 1-877-486-2048. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or consult www.medicare.gov. Other pharmacies are available on our network.
Yeah, how much longer, Greg?
Jared there
Here for the
yet?
goods.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Jared says he's on the way.
Menu items.
I'm here right now.
Oh, that's him.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, I'm so sorry, guys.
No,
For
no, no.
everyone.
Stuff happens.
So
How long?
Are you guys going to do the live in this?
Yeah.
Onions.
Yeah, we are.
Are we?
Cilantro and a house-made vegan sour cream. Wow. How about the best burger on planet
Okay,
Earth?
we are.
1/2 pound of Aspen Ridge beef, lettuce, tomato, pickles, and never any hormones, antibiotics, or steroids.
2 minutes until the live.
Rosemary Fries. As a friendly neighborhood restaurant featuring dinner, brunch,
So,
and full
we're
bar with 2 daily
6:39.
happy hours, they truly care about you, the customer, and desire to
Greg,
provide
should
an
we shorten this
extraordinary
segment up to get back on
dining experience for
track?
everyone. They are family and children friendly and even have a playroom for the little ones. The Goods, a friendly neighborhood restaurant who offer a wide menu of gluten-free, vegetarian, and vegan options. And they don't forget about the meat lovers, with a staff that really cares. On East Colfax, directly connected to the Tattered Cover bookstore. Hungry? TheGoodsRestaurant.com.
If you've got a business and
We'll
you're
have-
a
I'm good.
graphic designer, F. Johnson Design does it
yeah,
all.
those
Take
plates
the
are
headache out of trying to
up
build
front
your
ready,
own
which I
website
think
or
they're out
design
already, so
graphics. Who has time for that? F. Johnson Design will get you up and running with a professional and great-looking website. Design sharp graphics to your specifications and have your site up faster than you think. Logo, package design, SEO coding, and more. F. Johnson Design did the Modern Eaters website. Go to the Modern some of their work. Reach out to F. Johnson Design at
Jay, get ready, brother.
fjohnsondesign.com.
Hey, it's Peter Allman with South River Aquaponics. As a chef and
coming.
aquaponics farmer, I get the
How long
importance
do we
of
have?
conserving our limited water supply.
40 seconds until the live.
Okay.
Thank you, 40.
Drought since 2012. Water shortages are very real, especially to Colorado farmers. And here's the good news. Aquaponic farming uses 90% less water than traditional farming, while producing 4.5.
I'll ask you.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Rich.
And we're back. Studio Kitchen, Colorado. Jay Parker, Brian Freeman, Little Rich Snyder. Before we get back to the show, I want to talk to you about our friend, Jeff Rourke, and A+.
Hang on, it's still 20 seconds away.
Evaporation.
Usually when the sound goes down, we
went
think
quiet,
we're live.
so,
you know?
I
I'm
kicked
sorry,
in.
I'm sorry.
No, you're all right,
I actually
buddy.
just changed you guys over really quick, but 5 seconds until the live.
Thank you, Fine.
To learn more about aquaponics, SouthRiverAquaponics.com. South River,
Okay, you're hot.
the future of farming.
That's right, the future of farming, South River Aquaponics. And now it's on to our main man, Jeff Rourke, and A+ Beverage Solutions. Right before we get to Chef Elin Wenzel, I want to talk to you about Jeff Rourke and A+ Beverage Solutions. 20 years in the business. He's a family man. He installs tap lines, right? And tap lines aren't just for beer anymore. There's tap lines for coffee. There's tap lines for water. There's tap lines for wine. There's tap lines for nitro. And Jeff Rourke at A+ Beverage Solution is the guy you want installing them. He's put tap lines in all over town. He's going to put our tap lines in.
Yep.
He's done 5 different jobs for Lost Highway Brewing, Resolute Brewing, Punch Bowl Social. Punch Bowl Social flies them around the country. Trust me, there's other areas of the country that have tap line guys, but they fly him out because he is the best. Give Jeff Rourke and A+ Beverage Solutions a call at 720-272-3809. Jeff Rourke, A+ Beverage Solutions, one more time, it's 720-272-3809. Jeff Rourke and A+ Beverage Solutions.
Justin Brunson, Old Major. You're listening to The Modern Eater on iHeartRadio.
Here we are back live in Studio Kitchen. What a great segment we just had, but we've got one of the guys that we absolutely love. We'll reset real fast. Modern Eater, Jay Parker, Brian Freeman, Little Rich, Greg Hollenbeck back at the studio pushing the buttons, kind of the Wizard of Oz, as you will. And next, we've got on deck someone that we all absolutely love, is Chef Elin Wenzel. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Pleasure to be back.
Thank you. So what's new? What's happening?
Working full time at Sushi Sasa and
Nice.
pushing Element Knife Company, elementknife.com.
Awesome. I see you brought some down here. They're fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and these are knives that you import directly from Japan.
Yes,
correct?
Yamawaki Manufacturing out of Osaka, Japan. They're all handcrafted.
I was saying I have 2 of them myself. I love your knives. I love what you're doing. And there's more than just the knife, though, folks. You know, check out his website, which is elementknife.com.
Yep.
And what's important about you is you're educating people. So it's more than just here's a knife. It's let me tell you about why it doesn't have 2 edges on it or 2 bevels.
Yeah.
Let me
exactly
tell
right.
you why you want to sharpen it with a stone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Elin, just tell me more.
Yeah, so I'm all about educating my industry people and supporting the community with education and know-how and wherewithal. And I'm all about getting people to understand the cutlery and how to care for that properly, because these knives will do you service if you care for them, and they'll last you a lifetime.
Yeah. He's becoming quite the expert in knives here in Colorado. Tell us what happened at the Colorado Restaurant Association show last year.
So I was invited to do center stage demo. We did a knife sharpening demonstration and a whole fish butchery, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, your story. What developed? How did you get this fascination with knives and this high level of skill?
So right out of high school, I attended Colorado Mountain Culinary Institute, a 3-year program in culinary arts, associate and applied science. And they gave us a starter kit, and I fell in love with knives immediately, just a gearhead. And I was always on the hunt and in pursuit of a better knife and understanding on how to use them. And when I fell into sushi in 1999, I was exposed to Japanese cutlery, and I fell in love all over again. Then 2004, trained sushi in Japan, and I was exposed to an array of tools and brands. It was just an incredible experience, and that solidified the path that I wanted to take, stay in sushi and have knives as a passion. And I befriended a traveling knife salesman, and we had a friendship start up, and he expressed he wanted to retire and move back to Japan, and then I could sell knives in his place. And so it started from there, and we would make sales calls in Denver, and in 2010, and little by little I learned more about the manufacturer and the process, and I decided maybe I could do something and make a real thing out of this. So I asked the manufacturer permission to become a dealer, make a website, and sell their cutlery. And little by little, we're growing and expanding.
Elin, I always ask, do people realize of what the tools are for a chef? Because a chef, a chef's biggest tool is their brain, obviously, because it's about how do you become creative, how do you try new things, and infuse different ingredients to bring an incredible sensation to people. So it's their brain, but they don't realize that your real tools that you are your hands and the implements that you put in your hands.
Yeah, some chefs get it right away, and other chefs need a little coaxing. So tools and instruments will, like I said earlier, serve you well. And if you understand their importance and how much they can bring to the game, it's a whole nother level. It really brings people up.
Well, the knives, I mean, they're, in addition to beautiful, I mean, they're just incredible tools.
Thank you.
I remember you were doing an exhibit on how much longer your knives last.
Yeah. So these knives are built really well, Japanese alloys. They have things like molybdenum, vanadium, chromium, and these elements, which the company is named after, exhibit different qualities and have different attributes. So some knives are a little harder, some are a little softer, but this brand really focuses on the quality. So just like the quality that a chef uses in preparing the best food, these knife smiths focus on the quality and elements to make the best cutlery. And the sharpenability, the edge retention, flexibility, all these things, wear, resistance, they play all a part in these Japanese alloys.
That's awesome. Wow. Here's a question. So if, let's say I'm a chef and I've got, my knife skills are mediocre. How do I increase it? How do I get better at it? What do you do?
Well, I offer knife skills clinics. And it can be a personal thing, one-on-one, or I can come down to your kitchen or crew, or even somebody's home kitchen if they want. We can do kind of a Tupperware of sorts of party.
Wow.
And yeah, so I'll go over the basics and fundamentals and how to use the knife. We can do sharpening clinics, anything to educate people and support people that have interest. And
so let me throw a curveball at you. I'm interested in this, but I'm interested in, I want you to come over and show everyone what masterpiece that they could do. So could you throw a little knife party?
Sure.
And then bring a cut of fish and make some rice and turn it into a knife/sushi party?
Yeah, we could figure out something to do with that.
Interesting. I mean, because I'll tell you, that would be so cool if you had time. Get a group of your friends together that are interested in buying knives, people who are interested in learning maybe even how to make sushi, and turn a night into where Elin would come. I mean, I'm sure there could be an upcharge for him to show everyone how to make sushi, bring some extra stuff, but that could be really cool. I could walk away learning how to make sushi and how to cut it with a brand new knife.
Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds like a good time for an old man.
Yeah, it would be great to do, and we could customize and work case by case. So if we have a place to do it, somebody wants to host, and enough people that have interest, we'll make it happen.
Wow, that's incredible. And his knowledge from beginner to expert. I remember one night we had a dinner here. We had Seattle Fish had brought a Colorado farmed striped bass.
Yes, out of Alamosa.
And Samantha New is here. She watches you make the first fish into sashimi, and she asks you, "Can you show me how to do that?" And suddenly you guys are breaking down a fish. We had this organic moment, and I'm watching your skill set. So you can teach someone like me that's a total beginner or maybe shouldn't even be around knives, up to somebody who's, Chef Sam, she's bad. And when I say bad, I mean really, really good.
Bad and good.
But when you can show someone like Sam something, holy cow, that just says volumes to me.
You guys, Jay Parker here. We do need to take a break, and we'll come back with Tuan Law from Mama Law's Kitchen, who is also cooking up some pho and some spring rolls and some dumplings and the whole thing. So, Chef Elin, thank you so much for coming
guys.
out.
Appreciate you.
We always love to see you. And
ElementKnife.com.
ElementKnife.com. We'll be right back with Tuan Law from Mama Law's Kitchen. You're listening to the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Greg?
Greg is on his way back.
Okay.
How long have we got on the break?
2:30?
2:30.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once, over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms but could never figure it out. And then when I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss.
Tuan,
and
go
oily
ahead,
stools.
mic
The
up.
symptoms
Go ahead,
just
mic up.
don't go away.
I want to ask you what you want us to bring up. You want to focus on Tuan, on Mama Laws, culinary trends, the Winter Fancy Food Show, your illustration, IT skills.
All right.
It goes on and on. What do you want me to focus on, brother?
Let's just focus on Mama Laws, Pacific Ocean, exclusive retailer of them here in Denver.
Brewmaster at the Intrepid
I'm going to eat that
Sojourner
durian
Beer
fruit.
Project.
She's going
At Intrepid
to bring it
Sojourner,
over here.
It looks like a
tells a
mango.
story inspired by
That
my
looks like
adventures
a
as a well-traveled
armadillo or a
archaeologist.
porcupine.
Wow.
That's sharp.
Inspiration from all over
Well,
the
I've
world.
never been
From
accused of that.
historical styles
No one's
to
ever said,
style
"Oh, Rich is
racers
pretty
and
sharp."
classics.
Feel that here. Get a booster and reach up here and touch this.
Cuisines. My
Oh!
beers broaden the horizons of what beer can be. Explore basil IPA and Turkish
Don't
coffee
touch it,
stout.
Rich.
Enjoy
How you
chai
doing, brother?
brown ale.
That's why it
Taste
comes in a
like
net bag, Rich.
I can actually say I
heard
cooked. I cooked alongside you today. I can finally say that.
Flavors inherent to indigenous beer styles. My sincere hope is that Intrepid Sojourner Beer Project.
So, Elon, we got
will
Elon
inspire
riding
adventure
shotgun,
in
too.
wanderlust.
Yeah,
Come
baby.
visit the
This is gonna be a
tap
fun
room and
segment.
share your tales with friends. and
Tower,
follow
this
your
is
next
Maverick
sojourn.
asking for a
Located
flyby,
at
requesting a
925 West
flyby,
Washington,
please, man.
in the heart of the Arts District on Santa Fe. For everything Intrepid, look us up online at sojournerbeers.com, and remember to drink globally.
So we're
locally.
running about.
Rich, only because you're standing so close. Can you turn that middle one down? That my steamer. Yeah. Steam my buns. Turn it way down. Yep.
Greatest chefs with the best
Perfect.
organic produce. I've been partnering with local and regional farms for the last
That's about as
20
close to
years,
cooking
and
as I
I'm
get.
How's that, Brian?
they can count on us over and over again. Chefs who receive the highest rating on Good Food 100. choose Growers
Who's bringing
Organic
us back
for their
in?
organic
Jay,
produce
me,
needs, because
Brian?
we're bridging the gap between
You want me
the
to do
farm
it?
and the table.
I
Join
like
us
when
in
Jay
the
does it.
organic
I'll do it.
revolution.
He's such a
Go
great job,
organic
Jay.
with Growers
I heard you
Organic.
like when Jay
sorry,
does
brother.
it.
Growers
I
Organic.
heard you like when Jay does it.
You're listening to the Modern Eater Show.
All right, you guys are hot.
The ultimate gourmet challenge. And it's time for In the Kitchen.
It is time for In the Kitchen. Jay Parker here, the Modern Eater Show, live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. My partners in crime are Greg Hollenbach, who is driving my car as we speak back to Studio Kitchen, Colorado. Little Rich Schneider from Rockalitas Tortillas, and Brian Freeman from Growers Organic. Chef Elon Wenzel is sticking on with our In the Kitchen segment. And welcome, Mr. Tuan La from Mama La's Kitchen. Sir, how are you? And thank you for cooking pho and cooking spring rolls and cooking dumplings and just cooking, sir.
Well, thank you very much for having me here today. Always a pleasure, Modern Eater. You guys gave me my first shot, I think.
Really?
Yeah, my first televised.
Oh, wow.
And look at him now. He's living the pho life.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So what's happening these days there, Tuan?
You know, this Pacific Ocean brought us in. They're here today.
Nice.
They're the exclusive retailer of Mama La's Kitchen products. So
Nice.
I'll explain what that means. They're carrying our whole brand. Like all our offerings in retail, they have it here at all three of their locations. So we're here to support them and also to, spread the pho life.
And get people pumped up and ready for the Chinese New Year.
Yes.
Because you better be bringing in some Mama Laws for Chinese New Year, right? I mean,
Yeah, in Vietnamese it's called Tet.
Tet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tet.
Tet.
Yeah.
Tet? Okay,
Yeah,
excellent.
Kind
Tet.
of like,
Tet?
yeah.
Nice.
Tell us a little bit more about Mama La's. How many items?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's a big amount.
It is a large amount of items. We have a few that are in retail. We've got 5 lines in retail. The last thing we have that's come in, it is a Cajun egg roll with boudin.
A Cajun egg roll.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you
how
bring
did
any of
that
those?
one come together? Yeah. How did that come?
Well, down in the South, you're talking about Texas.
Oh.
They love their boudin, right? They love
Yep.
the Cajun food. So like, can you put this in an egg roll? And then we did, and here we go. So it went from being a staple in a lot of the organizations in Texas that buy it from our commissary kitchen, and now we're rolling out in retail. So it'll be in retail very soon.
Wow. So retail items.
Yes.
What items can people expect to go find?
Beef pho, chicken pho, a spicy beef pho, which is Vietnamese bún bò Huế, It comes from a certain region of the middle region of Vietnam. It's really spicy, and it is potent. You can also use that as a ramen broth as well. So all of our broths, don't consider this as something that you're going to replace what you normally do. You can take it home, change it up a little bit, add what you need to add, but we've done the hard work, which is cooking down that beef bone, creating that flavor for you, and then you'll have it ready. Because traditionally it takes about a day to cook.
Saved a lot of time
to really make it right.
Correct. There aren't any nitrates that you get. No rock sugar that's get added into it, right? We cook it from the way Mama La did it decades ago, at her first restaurant in Vietnam, and then to her restaurants in Houston, and now it's available for everybody.
And Tuan, give us a little story about Mama La, because even though she's not Colorado and you're not a Colorado local, you are a family business.
Correct.
And I think that's super important for people to hear.
Right. So in Houston, our secondary office is here in Colorado. That's my office, is where I'm out there marketing the product. Colorado has been very good to us. There's so many people accepting of this new types of foods that they can obviously go out to eat or bring home. So we just want to bridge that gap a little bit, right? You really love it to go out. We'd like to see if you can have it at home as well.
Nice.
That's what we're all about.
Well, and you said her first location was in Vietnam, and her second was in Houston.
Houston, Texas. Yep.
And how did she just come to Houston and say, I'm setting up shop,
Well, escaping after the Vietnam War, right? A lot of us refugees come here around that time, late 70s, early 80s. She came over with her family. They settled in Houston, Texas, did the business that she knew. 1982, first restaurant. It's called Kim Sung Restaurant. Kim the mom, Sung the dad. And so together, now there's 6 restaurants, 6 Kim Sung restaurants in Houston, Texas.
Wow,
that is
now,
super
you do some food service products too, as well.
Correct. All the products that's available in our retail is available in the food service on a larger scale. It is available through Ataco Foods, great partner of ours as well.
Great family, yes.
Right?
Yes.
And now, a lot of the chefs that are cafes, they can bring it in. They can start serving pho. And chefs definitely want to make their own stuff, I understand. But again, back to the point that we're creating this nice, I just want to say, foundation for you to go in there and change it up any way you would want.
Sure. Well, and I would tell you what's cool is listen, if you had just a little space that you didn't have a huge kitchen, you didn't have access to all the things you might need, like a commercial deep fryer, where you could get a tabletop fryer, where you could get an invection pan, and really you could open up a little shop that carried all the Mama La product.
Pho, you can.
Yeah. I like that.
I've got a quick question for you. When we were at the Ataco show, you had a tenderloin, a pork roll.
Yeah.
Is that something that is from Mama La's?
It is.
Or
it is.
did you make that?
No, it's from Mama La's.
You're kidding
It's
me.
from Mama La's.
That was from Mama La's. So open the bag, and that's what you've got.
Correct. You put it in the oven, and that's what you get. So
that's what I need.
Char siu pork is what it's called.
Char siu pork.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and tell us, Elin.
Right.
So how did you two meet, and how did you guys connect?
We have a mutual friend, right? Jesus. Jesus introduced us,
Little Rich.
Yeah, little rich as well. And I like cutting stuff. And he's like, you got to get nice to Eland. And you know what? He's a way cool guy. Love talking to him. And we've shared a lot of time at doing shows, going out there promoting both our companies. Now I can finally say I got to cook alongside the great Elin, because it was such a pleasure.
And vice versa.
Yeah, thank you.
Elin, what are your
Thank
thoughts on Mama La's?
It's delicious.
Thank you.
Yeah. There are prefab products out there. Some are terrible. This is excellent.
Yeah. Isn't it insane?
It really has that handcrafted, made with love quality that translates into food, and you can tell, hands
Hey,
down.
Chef Elin or Tuan, are you guys going to eat some of this durian fruit with me?
Ooh, I
and
will
if you
try
can't
that.
smell it,
brutal.
It's
Is it a little stinky?
I'm going to
Is
eat
it a little
it. I'm going to
stinky over
eat some of it in the break because I'm going to try it out. We're going to have to take a break here real quick. Jared, let me know as we tick down here. I know we have to break.
Yes, it's wafting. The smell is wafting over this way. Can you smell that yet there, Little Rich?
Not yet.
Open those doors and get a cross-draft in here, please.
We're winding one real quick thing before we go to break. Tuan, you do the ramen. showdown every year.
Ramen Throwdown.
Ramen Throwdown.
Yes.
Thank you. The Ramen Throwdown. Elon did his knife thing. We're going to break. The Modern Eater live.
Looking for ways to save with your plan? Walgreens is a preferred network pharmacy.
And how long does this break till 7:06?
Your prescriptions to a Walgreens pharmacy today to start saving. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Walgreens participates as a preferred network pharmacy with United Healthcare, Cigna HealthSpring, and Express Scripts Medicare. For a complete list of available plans, please contact 1-800-MEDICARE. TKY users should call 1-877-486-2048. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or consult www.medicare.gov. Other pharmacies are available on our network.
There's nothing small about your business. Your passion, your hours, your reputation, it's all huge. Your partnerships, even bigger. With Dell Small Business Technology Advisors, you'll get the tech, advice, and one-on-one partnership to help your business grow. Because with reliable Dell PCs with Intel Core processors, you can focus on what matters most, getting business done. Call 877-BUY-DELL to speak with an advisor today. That's 877-BUY-DELL.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHON, an iHeart radio station. Vista Caper evenings at 6, KHOW Denver.
Oh my God. Did you eat some of this yet? I was just talking about you. I was just talking about you. Oh my God. Let me have a little piece here. Hold on. We might have to do that on camera. Well, we have to do that on camera. There we go. Throw down. Well, hold on. I want to wait till we come back. In case we throw up, let's throw it up. Sure. You don't like it? It's good. It's like a custard.
Brian. I'm sorry. Jay, where do you want Brian?
Yeah, well, I'm going to find him in here in a second. Greg, is Greg here still? Greg is here. Well, Rich, let's put you back to where you normally would be. Sean, you're not here yet. Yeah, sorry.
I can talk to Brian right there.
Yeah, I mean either or. Doesn't matter. Yeah, either one makes sense.
I'm going.
This guy's going to be looking at you the whole interview. I know. Tear it up and let it be a little bit.
This report is sponsored by Westera Credit Union. Your drive across the metro for this Saturday night looks pretty good. I-25 moving along without too much issue. Just a little slowing northbound on I-25 approaching 88th Avenue in Portland. It's also slow southbound at 20th Street in downtown. If you're headed south, you may run into some delays. A crash on southbound I-25 at Greenland is causing traffic to come to a halt with backups about 4 miles long. The forecast tonight, a low of 31. Tomorrow, morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, a high of 54. And Monday, afternoon rain and snow, a high of 52. Right now, it is 39 degrees. With your traffic and weather, I'm Tammy Vihel, 630 KHON. Want to get your finances in shape in the new year? Get a free Fitbit with a financial checkup at Westera Credit Union. Open a savings, loan, or checking account during your checkup and take the Fitbit with you. Explore your finances today and get fit for the new year. Schedule your checkup at Westera today.
I should have had cameras. Don't be that person that says there's no Fitbit on the right now. You've got that. Hi, folks.
I want to get this number up.
Simply put, we make people happy. Ever since the 80s, we've proven ourselves and don't pick up counterfeit. Well, there's only one way we'll refocus cameras. 1/4-inch glued in mirror. Replacement
So we've gotten to Sam here.
I'm sorry?
Samantha New is here now that we just talked about
I know. I was telling her. I was just talking about you. Isn't that funny?
Rich, did you try some of this?
No.
Really, really interesting.
I didn't hear the word good.
I would eat some more.
If it was candied?
Well, so here's the thing is...
Wait, save this. Do it when we come on.
Here's the thing.
Woo.
What's that?
Hey,
That's how it
America.
is.
The cannabis
Dave, try it.
industry is on the rise. There's an easy way to learn more about the cannabis industry. Just go and visit
Shishu. Shishu. I like that. Shishu. Richie Shishu. That's my Vietnamese name.
A nationwide team of skilled investors is offering free real estate investment training right now. They're looking for highly motivated people to come connect with their team. No experience necessary, just the desire to thrive. Text Denver to 474747 now, and the network will send you their promotional Riches in Real Estate kit for free, so you can see for yourself the strategies and techniques that network team members have used to develop their formula for success. See how cutting-edge education, access to highly discounted property deals, and funding partners all lies within the network. So if you're interested in creating your own real estate enterprise and accessing a powerful network, then you need to text Denver to 474747 now to get your free kit. Text Denver to 474747 now,
off Facebook
and you'll also
too?
get free admission to an introductory class.
Okay,
and
no, I'm
get a
just
free
checking
smart
because-
and guide to investing
scare the
just
life
for
out of me.
attending.
Greg, since we're heading into this encore,
That's Denver to 474747.
do you want to start asking some questions, and then I can lead up to hit the main points?
We'll see. We will see. This mic seems a little low. Hey, Dave, this seems a little light, my headset.
I had him turn it down when I had it on.
I just want my voice a little higher. My voice.
Here, Greg, how's that?
My voice. Hello. Okay, I'll just bring that mic in a little bit closer to me.
I'm going to bring my voice a little higher, too.
Sounds good.
You can hear Johnny Dara tomorrow night at 5.
Getting 630 K-High from iHeartRadio.
That's all I get out of you, huh?
Denver's talking about it. You'll hear
No.
it on 630 K-How.
The following is a paid advertisement. The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of KHOW, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
It's time for the second course, hour number 2 of the Modern Eater.
What are you hungry for?
Here's to a meal we're all here for.
Delicious and tasty.
Now we're getting the...
With your Colin Beck, Jay Parker, and Brian Freeman.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Second hour of the Modern Eater Show live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. We can do this, boys. All right, a couple technical issues in the first hour, but I'll tell you what, before we get into our next guest here, I got to tell you that when these things happened to me many moons ago and I was a one-man band, it was an interesting proposition to keep a show on the air when you have those things. But on just a quick, serious note, we have such an amazing team. We didn't miss a beat. Absolutely did not miss one beat. And that's how you know you're onto something, when it's strong without one particular person in place. And gosh, what a team we have. Greg, I was here, just guys. going to say, it's funny that you say that, and that we had a little bit of technical stuff, and that everybody came together before the show even started. When Dave came down, our sound guy, and Chef Elin came down, and Dave brought down some new bus tubs to do dishes and a tomato stemmer. And I'm like, I told him and Chef Elin, I said, without people like you around us, right, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
Yeah.
And so that takes us back to what we do here at Studio Kitchen, Colorado. It's a community of people that are like-minded, that want to congregate together and in this culinary church, as we call it, on a Saturday night to give the voice to the people. To me, I'm blown away. You come into this place, and as I was on the road, very interesting show that you guys were putting on, and I was riveted. I almost wanted to stay in the car for the room and just listen. So we are live on Facebook right now, and when it comes to support, we have such great sponsors, and we vet them out to bring you the best of the best, and to have new sponsors come on board and make us that strong unit to be able to bring you this programming and this content. I would be remiss if I didn't say welcome and thank you to Brian Rizzuto, who Encore Energy
this is a cool one. First of all, welcome to the show, Brian.
Thank you for having me.
So cool having you here tonight. A little birdie told us that you are one of those people that are behind the support of the Modern Eater show at this point in time.
I sure am, and I'm super excited to be part of this team. I watch it each week and listen to it, and I'm part of it now.
No turning back.
No
now.
turning back.
You are in Encore Energy. This is one of these things to where I did a little head scratch, and I talked to Richie about it, and it all made sense. How does this Encore Energy, first of all, tell us what you do.
Well, we are a third-party natural gas supplier. So in layman's terms, we are a middleman between Xcel Energy and an end-user business. So we're able to save that business money sending our gas through Xcel's pipelines. So it's similar to a deregulated phone service. This actually happened in around 85. Natural gas was deregulated across the country, which meant you had an opportunity to get gas from somewhere other than your public utility.
Almost similar to when Ma Bell was broken up.
Absolutely.
And then you turned into some competitiveness. And
Yes.
you bring that to the market and make it all make sense to folks that are listening and say, this is a food and beverage show. But it makes total sense, and say why.
Yeah, well, we work with all types of businesses. So we work with a lot of restaurants, hotels, churches. Anybody that uses enough gas in the course of a month, we can save them money. And the nice thing is it's kind of a no-brainer. I've got the perfect job. I sell something they already use. They just decide if they want to buy it from me and save money. So it's a perfect gig, and I love it.
Beyond that, community. And there you are with a small businessman working within the means, and you're building a community of people, of like-minded people that want to have that personalized service that you can give them above and beyond calling up a 1-800 number and being lost in purgatory hell. And so you bring that personal touch as well. You work with people with their specific needs, and you figure out whether this is right for them.
Absolutely. This is a very hands-on type of option. So I actually, instead of calling the big utility and talking to 15 people, I'm not going to mention the utility, we actually go into the office and talk to them about options, gas buying options, how they can save the most money, how they can leverage budgets. So we do it all for them. It's kind of a turnkey deal. And the great thing is they don't change anything in their business. If they decide that they want to save money, it's very simple. We bill them. Xcel sends us their bill. We bill them. And it's as simple as that. So they do nothing else.
Brian, there's got to be a level. This is Brian Freeman from Growers. There's got to be a level where it makes sense. What is that level that makes sense for someone to call you?
Absolutely. So we look at businesses that are spending about $400 a month. So about $4,800 to $5,000 a year for a minimum, a starting point. That particular customer would be someone like Mission Hills Church, or a big utility, or a big building.
Maybe a Rocalitas tortilla?
Absolutely. Perfect customer. So yes, and that customer is going to always save between 10% versus the utility, and I've seen it upwards of 18 to 20%.
Right. So when we believe in the businesses that we back, Rich, there was a big reason why you believed in this so much, and it's because you're one of the end users. Talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, well, it's funny, when Brian came to me, I was really ignorant on this. I was convinced there was going to be something different, and there really wasn't. And
what's the catch? What's the hook?
Exactly. There's got to be a hook. I was thinking even, do I have to rejet my ovens? Do I have to make adjustments in the baking and all that stuff? And he assured me, and we went on, and I mean, the service, Brian specifically, because there are other companies besides Encore. The reason I went with Encore is simply because of the man right here, Brian. He is, and we've said this before, you're as sick and twisted about gas as I am about baking. I mean, he knows his stuff. He will call me and send me an email, hey, gas futures are down. Let's lock in a percentage. Let's do this, let's do that. I'll tell you, in the past 2 years, he's probably saved us almost $10,000.
Wow.
In gas.
And when you think of a small business, how far $10,000 can go, and not to say that your business is the scale of Little Rich's at Rocalitas, but there are many businesses that can use that type of personalized service that can show that their bottom line is more profitable.
Absolutely, and that's why I thought it was timely for Brian to come on now, because I know with the turn of a calendar, almost everyone is looking at their P&Ls and where we can sharpen up. And typically, what happens is people will start trying to buy cheaper ingredients, cheaper foods, and that's really not the best
Yeah.
way to do it.
Thank
Here is
you.
a way.
Thank you, Rich.
Here's a way that on a line item, you can save a substantial amount of money
right away,
and you're not changing the dining experience. And it's just a great guy.
Well, the crazy thing is we work with all these breweries and distillers.
Tommyknocker is one of his customers.
Yeah, that are cooking, will wort. And if you're not running it off electric, you're running it off of gas. And you've got to be using a lot.
Yeah.
I could see bakers, this being an excellent thing for somebody who's got constant baking ovens going all day long.
So as we walk down this hyper-local path and we show you the folks that are supporting us, and folks out there are like, well, how can I support the Modern Eater? I really like what you guys do and the content that you bring us. And a lot of service industry people listen, restaurateurs, restaurant owners, chefs. Here's a way that you can do it. Walk with the folks that we talk about. Go to them and ask them, what can you do for my business? And I'll tell you what, through our vetting process and the people that we bring into the mix, this is one of those opportunities to not only will you support a local businessman who's put together a great service for the community, but you will support a show that means the world to us to be able to do that. So what I'd like to ask now is Brian Rizzuto here with us from Encore Energy, is how can people that are interested, and this is the beginning of our relationship, and we'll do this much more, but how can people interested get a hold of you directly to see what your services are?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you the phone number. It's 720-245-5771. Call me. I'll answer the phone. If I don't, leave me a message, and I'll call you back. But the first step is pretty much just talking to you. And then what I do is I actually meet with you, look at 12 months worth of your gas usage, and then I do the rest. I come back with a savings analysis saying if you were my customer in this 12-month period, this is what you would have saved. And keep in mind, just like I said, it's so simple. They do nothing different. As a matter of fact, Excel still delivers their gas. It's just I sell them the commodity for cheaper than Excel.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Yeah. Well, and Brian nailed it, because remember, folks, he said 400 and above is the sweet spot. Once you get your gas bill to 400, and it's real easy to look at it yourself, because you can make this determination.
If you like to save money, you like to support local, and you just like to be involved with great people doing good things, I'd like to be the first to shake your hand, because it means so much, Brian.
Thank you.
For you to support us and the show and the community around us. So looking forward to hear some great success stories of folks that you've been able to help out.
Thanks so much, guys.
There he is, Brian Rizzuto. Cool.
Do you mind if we give out his number one more time?
I mean, give it out all day long, and we're going to put it on Facebook, and we're going to scream it from the rooftops.
Absolutely. So be sure and give Brian a call at 720-245-5771.
Perfect. Done and done. Okay, thanks again. We're going to take a quick turnaround. We'll step away for one moment, and this is cool. Rachna Rawit is going to come on with Hanuman, and it's chai teas. Did I do that okay?
No,
I didn't.
No, yeah. It's Rachna Rawat from Hanuman.
I did none of that right.
You betcha.
I mean,
I thought I did.
And I just tasted it, and it was awesome.
Listen, real quick, Greg, in the break before, and I know we have to go to break, but you got to try this durian fruit. I had a piece of this durian fruit that the gals from Pacific Ocean Marketplace brought down. It's so bizarre because it's like it's rotten and
is it delicious
at the same time.
But it's like a custard, right?
You
Is
start
it a
to eat it,
custard,
and you're like, I'm eating something that I shouldn't eat, and then at the
It's a
same
texture
time,
thing.
then you're like almost like, well, it's kind of sweet and good also. So it's terrible and delicious at the same time. It's bizarre.
Little Rich, give it a shot.
But the flavor, folks, it's not terrible in the mouth. It's terrible in the nose. It throws when you eat it, it throws your nose off, right, Rich? It was good in the mouth.
Let's take a break.
Keep it tuned right here on KHOW and on Facebook. Back from Studio Kitchen, Colorado momentarily. You are listening to the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio. Hey, Jared, can you tell me what I have as far as spots in this break, who they are?
Stomach issues.
Can't hear, Jared.
It's intense gas.
Brews Beers, Rocker Spirits, Intrepid Sojourner.
Can you blow out all of those?
You want to come back right after this?
Well, actually blow out the last two of those.
Okay, Intrepid and
And Walker?
Yeah.
Efficiency, or EPI, may be the reason.
Do you want to
for
put
my stomach issues.
both with the chai here?
Okay, a minute and a half.
Both what?
Both people? Because there's two people here, I think.
Whatever Jay has scheduled.
The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even the wrong symptom.
The good news, API is manageable. But to get to the right diagnosis, you have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms. Visit
I tried.
identifyAPI.com
I tried.
to learn more and use the symptom
It's
checker to
it's
help
very
change
complex.
it.
I'm tasting it.
Brought to you by
1 minute.
Hi, I'm Charlie Gottenkenny, brewmaster at Drew's Beers in Denver. Need a
I
break
can
from
smell it
holiday
With the
night?
chai,
That's
Jay,
for
is there
sure.
one or two people?
We make lots of badass Belgian-style beers.
Oh.
And for the holidays, we've picked up some very special ones, including a Saison fermented with beets, a gingerbread double, a figgy pudding brown ale, plus a Belgian chocolate stout. And of course,
So
our
many
Belgian
products
style
lined up on
champagne
the
ale,
table tonight.
brewed once a year and not to be missed.
Duck.
30 community at 67th and Pecos.
Do we
And if
have
you're
the
looking for
tea
some
to
great
taste?
holiday gift ideas, we've got those too.
Hi.
Cool brewery apparel, limited bottlings of
Put your
small
headset on.
batch beers, and special gift
Now I can hear you.
And then there's
Gentlemen,
the
you
ultimate
guys are
beer
awesome.
experience.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raj.
It's fun, hard to describe what happens down here.
I thought you were talking about the Durin at first there.
67th Avenue in Denver. Come on in, bring your dog, and experience some Belgian-style
The fruit?
badassery.
I didn't taste it. Here we go.
You're listening to Modern Eater on iHeartRadio.
Okay, welcome back to the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio. Greg Hollenbach, Brian Freeman, Jay Parker doing his magic, putting us live on Facebook, and Little Rich Schneider here. Here's a cool segment because we always like to learn new things and meet new people. First of all, I want you to do this because I don't want to destroy your name. Apparently, I didn't do a great. Jay does it very well. You want me to take a stab at it first? Let me take a stab at it. It's
Rachna.
Rachna Rawat.
Rachna,
That's the easy part.
Rachna,
Yeah, Rawat.
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 Oh, just
Rawat.
like it
Rachna
sounds, just like it
Rawat.
reads.
Yeah, not
Exactly
bad.
just the way it spells.
Okay.
And Raj. Hello, Raj.
Hi. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello
Nice to
to
have
you.
you.
And this is Hanuman.
Yes, it's Hanuman.
Yes. What do you guys do? Show us your products here.
Well, Hanuman is a true, authentic Indian Ayurvedic chai. Now, Ayurveda is an ancient science documented in the scripts going back 6,000 years ago. Listen to your body and align it with Mother Nature's gifts of herbs, spices, roots, and berries. That's what this chai is composed of.
Can I take a look at the?
Sure.
The packaging is beautiful here. And what do we have inside? We have tea bags inside of here.
Those are the tea bags.
Okay.
Very convenient, on the go, easy to make.
And folks, Ayurvedic, I love Rachna to tell people more about that because people don't realize that that was about wellness through
Yes.
what Mother Earth
Oh,
is providing.
And these ingredients I'm reading are
Absolutely.
fantastic.
So Ayurveda is a composition of two words, Ayur and Veda. Veda is knowledge, Ayur is life. So knowledge of life. I am pretty old,
oh, come
and
on.
it
now.
has taken
She's
all
like
my
35,
life.
folks.
Thank you. So it has taken all these years for me to learn Ayurveda. I was like 3 years old, if I remember correctly. My great-grandmother teaching in the house, what is Ayurveda? What should you put in? What should you not put in your food? Complementing things and not complementing things. For healing, for energy, for survival. So
You pass by it quick because you very youthful. I was guessing 25, maybe something like that. But anti-aging properties as
you
well?
drink Hanuman chai and you will see the difference.
You will. Can I reverse my aging? Does that work?
I can guarantee we will hold it off there.
We will hold it off. We'll stop it right there. Cut it off at the pass.
Well, and Greg, you talked about ingredients. You know what's so cool is I had some of their original chai. So it wasn't coconut milk, it wasn't almond milk. This was just the original, but it had lemon in it. And at first I came up to Rachna and I said, Tell me more, because I wanted to taste it. I couldn't. It almost looked like it had a little SCOBY in it, but it wasn't. It was just some of the tea settling and the herbs. But she's got organic turmeric, saffron, cardamom. I mean, the turmeric most people don't know this, is an anti-inflammatory. We should be taking that for our heart health.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's so much. We should be taking turmeric every day.
We could probably do like literally 3 hours on
Just
all
this.
and the great ingredients and what you have here. I want to start at just first blush in the ingredients. Organic, that must be very important to you because you're sourcing organic ingredients.
Absolutely. I just want to go back to the time when I came to this country almost 40 years ago. I grew up in a multi-generation family with 9 kids growing in the house, uncles and aunts and grandmothers. We had such a bonding with the kids and the family, and coming to the US, I was missing that culture. So having the chai, 2 of us was no fun. So I invited my neighbors, made friends with them. Kids came along, the teachers came along, and teachers became our friends, and my community from 2 people grew into more. And that was because of the cup of chai. So I ground the spices fresh, I made it fresh and served them. So that is very important to us. What we put in our body should be pure, should be clean. And that's why about 10 years ago, I had a bad ski injury. These herbs and spices healed my back. And my kids were in high school at that time. They were watching. And nowadays, kids need numbers, proof. They said, Mom, this is real magic. The Ayurvedic herbs healed your back. We got to bring this product out to the market. On the other hand, teachers were saying, we want your chai in the market so that we should feel that no obligation, we can just go and buy it. So that was the time when Hanuman Chai came out for people. And the purpose was in service of others with the best products that we can bring in.
Best products, best ingredients.
Best ingredients.
And I start to get a little geeky because I'm a big proponent of Eastern medicine as opposed to this Western medicine style of treating what's already happened instead of treating the symptoms, or preventive medicine. And so I look at things like this, and you talk about your self-healing. One of the terms that you use, which I wish we could, magic. Okay, that's one of the problems here with Western medicine, is because they dismiss these things, and they'd like to give you an anti-inflammatory pill rather than doing this homeopathic way of things that have been proven for thousands of years.
Wait, no, 6,000. You know, I mean,
I went
remember,
to
the Bible, we go back only like what? You know,
let's not go there.
2,000, but come on now.
So my point being is that how do we integrate this more into our culture, more into our Western style of medicine, to where this is a legitimate alternative to taking pills, and that it's no longer considered magic?
That's what is Ayurveda. That's what is knowledge of life. Find out what is the problem. Where did it start? The problem in our human body comes either from digestion or from sleep.
Absolutely.
So if those two are aligned properly, we will be less sick or less problems.
I'm going to live with you guys for a couple of months and get just back on track. Raj, do you do this too? Are you on the chai train?
I follow.
You follow.
There's one other thing that when my wife says it's about sleep and food, it's also about stress reduction.
Yeah, get your cortisol levels down.
And if you live that way, that's what Ayurveda is. It is about meditation. It's about yoga. It's about a clean living life. When you match all of those, then you slowly start to reverse the issues that are caused by stress and inflammation in the body.
It's like unraveling a ball of yarn. You start to figure those things
Greg,
out.
I got a question for Rashna and Raj. How does this tie in? You know, we're doing a big show about the Chinese New Year, but the Ayurveda, to me, seems very much like the yin and the yang, which is, you know, the Chinese believe in very much the good and the bad of everything.
Absolutely.
To share how does this tie in, and very much similar to the Asian culture.
So as I said, that nowadays people, it's a fad here in this Western world. Turmeric is great. Load it up. We should take turmeric every day. Whereas in our culture, turmeric is introduced from the first solid bite. So take it in small portions, make it a lifestyle, and not only by turmeric, it can help you. It has to be combined with other things to absorb much better in your body.
Interesting. And so what would you recommend with something like, because I've heard that in like vitamins. So a lot of people go out, and you're right. In our culture, somebody says, oh, vitamin C is good for you. So somebody goes out and takes, 3,000 to 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C.
Exactly.
But they don't understand how that's going to absorb in their body. How does it react with the other thing? And someone says, if you have rose hips with your vitamin C, it absorbs much better.
Right. And every body type, every body is different. You may take 500,000 of vitamin C, but it may not be good for him. It may not be good for me. So we have to understand what suits us the best.
And my gut might not be absorbing the way that yours does, or I might have, some sort of leaky gut syndrome. And so tightening those things up and really just, like we said, unraveling. What I find interesting is you're putting this in a tea product. You're just giving the straight shot to the body, right? So the ingredients we already know are superb. What people are probably wondering is, now you've told me about these great products, where can I get them? And is this something that people can order online?
Yes, we have an online store. They can order online. And these are available in all natural grocery stores.
Oh, and natural foods?
Like Whole Foods, Natural Grocers, Alfalfas, Lucky's. They are available there. They change by the seasons. So the energizing or the warming, they go by the seasons, or the invigorating for the springtime. That's the cooling blend for hot summer days. So even they're changed by the seasons, every body is different. Some people feel hot, no matter how cold the days are. They go with the cooling blend to cool their body. In the hot summer days, I've seen people buying the warming blend to warm their body because their constitution is cold.
That's me. I'll
So-
take
Yeah,
that
look,
one. I'll buy that. I'm always cold.
Well, and this cooling, though, that's neat. And I bet it probably has pepper of some sort in it, or no?
It has a little bit of black pepper, which absorbs much better. Turmeric absorbs much better with black pepper. Now, not only black pepper is great for turmeric, it has to be with other ingredients also.
How can people read more about this or read more about you guys? Because I have a feeling there are a lot of people that would love to support you directly.
We have our website and hanumanchai.com. Most of the information is there, but this is something that takes a whole life. We are continuously updating that information.
That's fantastic. You guys, thanks for coming into the show.
Yeah, I love that you're all organic.
Thank you very much.
Too.
It's 100% USDA certified
Yeah.
organic.
And these are ingredients that truly you do want to have in your body
And
on a daily
originally,
basis.
chai never had any caffeine, never. It was always caffeine-free herbal. And that's the way the chai was made, as I said, 6,000 years ago, according to Ayurveda. The black tea has caffeine, which was added to it about 200 years ago, with the British culture spreading everywhere.
So tell me real quick, are there basic 5 ingredients in the original chai? What is the basic ingredients for chai originally?
Originally, they had saffron to increase blood circulation, cardamom for digestion, ginger helps support digestion too, tulsi, that's holy basil that boosts immune system. This has turmeric for inflammation, to reduce inflammation, and this has cardamom, as I mentioned, to help absorb everything.
So really just like 6 ingredients. Those are your basic
Yes.
chai ingredients.
And they are all ground at a different coarsity level, so that the finest will absorb much better in your body than the coarse giving you the flash.
Wow. Super neat.
Good
Thank you.
stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raj.
I'm going
Thank
to
you.
make it a personal note of myself to check out these products because I believe they will fit nicely into my life. And I say you do the same thing with Hanuman Chai Teas. Thank you guys again for coming on the show.
It was a pleasure.
Raj,
Thank
I want to party with you. You seem like a cool guy. I want to party with Raj. All right, coming back, we're going to do beer. This is probably when Little Richie takes off, when the beer and the spirits come out here. But Steve is coming on the show. Why don't you stick around for that?
My man, Steve.
So Steve Enderhaas and Tommy Knocker Brewery, along with Sean Guerrero and Jade Mountain Brewing Company, they're going to come up next with us right here as we come down the home stretch of the Modern Eater Show right here from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. Thanks, buddy.
Is it A+?
3:30 or days
I
now.
want
Did you
to
get
know
an
why,
item
Jared.
that maybe you couldn't get with 330? But, and that's a beautiful new smile. Hi, I'm Ed Green, and I know who can give you exactly that. Aspenwood Dental and the Colorado Dental Implant Center. Have them do what they did for me. When I needed an implant, Aspenwood Dental took care of everything. From discovering the problem to working out a plan to completing the job flawlessly. And doctors Ron Yaros, Lisa Augustine, Dan Zeppelin, and Aram Sun will do the same for you. And you know you're in good hands because they've been selected by their peers as the top dentist in Colorado in 5280 magazine for the last 10 years in a row. They also do general dentistry along with their implant work, as well as dentures, cosmetic dentistry, sedation dentistry. Everything you need all under one roof to get and keep that incredible smile. Check out their website, AspenwoodDental.com, and see all those glowing reviews from their patients. That's AspenwoodDental.com, or simply give them a call, 303-416-3240. You'll be glad you wrote that number down, 303-416-3240, Aspenwood Dental.
Do you have the goods? If you're looking for a neighborhood restaurant that features gluten-free menu items, stop by The Goods. Whether you're a vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, or even a meat lover, they've got something for everyone. Do you love a great sandwich? How about wood oven roasted vegetables on multigrain bread with rosemary mayo and olives, vegan and certified gluten-free? Or for the meat lover, try one of their most popular menu items, the Paleo Bowl, with house-smoked pork, wood oven roasted veggies, 2 sunny-side up eggs,
Thanks, Tim.
and Indonesian sambal sauce. It's delicious. As a friendly neighborhood restaurant featuring dinner, brunch, and full bar with 2 happy hours daily, they truly care about you, the customer, and desire to provide an extraordinary dining experience for everyone. They're family and children-friendly, and even have a playroom for the little ones. The Goods, a friendly neighborhood restaurant offering a wide menu of gluten-free and vegan options. And they don't forget about meat lovers, with a staff that really cares. On East Colfax, directly connected to the Tattered Cover Bookstore. Hungry? TheGoodsRestaurant.com.
Get ready to change the way you look at food. This is Peter Allman, the founder of South River Aquaponics and Alpenville Mushrooms. As a Lakota gluten chef, I know the importance of quality ingredients. That's why in 2013,
How long away?
to start a sustainable, long-term we are the leader in sustainable growing practices, utilizing our natural resources as effectively as possible. No pesticides,
Yes.
no GMOs, no fun
Yes.
business, just clean, honest
Yes.
food production. We use old world techniques combined with modern technology to bring you the
Glasses,
best
where's
possible
Brandon?
flavors. Our gourmet mushroom facility provides CO2 for our greenhouse that grows tilapia as well as lettuces and herbs in our aquaponics system. Look for us in natural groceries. City Market is served on the plates of Colorado's finest chefs. At South River Aquaponics Alpenville Mushroom, we are growing greener. To learn more about aquaponics and see our products, go to our website at southriveraquaponics.com. South River Aquaponics, the future of farming.
My dad's vegetables are so good, I can't live without them.
If you've got a business and need a website or need a graphic,
30.
F.
Thank you.
Johnson Design does it all. Take the headache out of trying to build your own website or design graphics. Who has time for that? F. Johnson Design will get you up and running with a professional and great-looking website. Design sharp graphics to your specifications and have your site up faster than you think. Logo, package design.
10 seconds for the live.
F. Johnson Design did the Modern Eaters website. Go to themoderneater.com. Johnson Design. JohnsonDesign.com.
Okay, cool. We're going to catch up with Tommy Knocker Brewery, and we're going to catch up with Jade Mountain Brewing Company in 1 minute here. But Jeff Rourke and A+ Beverage Solutions, you hear his name all the time because he's a great supporter of the Modern Eater Show. I just saw his wife, Kristen, and their little daughter, Charlie, here this past week. And congratulations to Jeff and Kristen Rourke. They have another bun in the oven.
Do they really? Big announcement.
They have a baby on the way.
And they have beautiful kids, folks.
Yeah.
They do.
These are the people that you really, really want to get a hold of if you are in the business of pouring delicious craft beer. They want you to have an A+ report card. So they install the best systems, tap systems around. They also do maintenance as well. Breweries, restaurants, you need to get on a maintenance schedule. Jeff Rourke will make sure that you have no meltdowns in the future. So what's really cool is you can get a hold of Jeff Rourke and A+ Beverage Solutions, and by calling him from this phone number, 720-272-3809. 720-272-3809. Give him a call. His name is Jeff Rourke with A+ Beverage Solutions.
My name's Albert. I'm from Fruition Restaurant, Mercantile Restaurant. You are listening to us on Modern Eater.
Give his name.
Your help.
All right, back at it on the Modern Eater Show. Steve's yelling at me, do you have his name? And we're all wearing name tags. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Although I can't read real well.
That is
Jim, you
Jim.
have great handwriting, too. Is that Jim McCann?
Jim
That's
McCann.
it. That's
Jim
it.
McCann. I like it. You got to have the Jim McCann in your hand, I
Yep,
think.
there you go.
All right, this is a cool one. We're going to spend a few minutes with a couple of breweries here, and we'll introduce him back to the show. He's a friend of the show, and he's welcome here all the time. But Steve Inderhaas, Tommy Knocker Brewery, welcome back.
Thank you. This is fun.
As always, the beer's delicious.
Yeah.
You heard from Jim. Jim is now a star on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Jim McCann. What do you do there, Jim?
I am the head brewer.
Head brewer. You didn't bring any small beans here
No.
today, huh? You brought the head guy.
The mean guy.
I got to talk to you about your beer there. It's delicious. Uh-oh. The saint of the kitchen has fallen down. He's had a little too much Tommy Knocker beer. I like it a lot. So, Jim, welcome to the show. We're just going to chat about beer here. And then Sean Guerrero. It's been a little while. I don't know if it was at Intrepid Sojourner Beer Project when you did a great talk on Chinese beer and Jade Mountain Brewing Company. But that was so cool to watch you in action, man, talking about your passion and the region of the world that you have so much passion for.
Yeah, it's a really interesting part of the world. A lot of really good ingredients that a lot of people don't really use in beer now. And I just want to explore a lot of different things and create some really good beers.
I'm tasting a goji berry he poured right here for us, Greg. Feel free. This is his goji berries right there that made his beer with that.
Right here?
Right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, that's our goji berry lager.
Does everybody have some, or are we going to just pass it
I
around?
tried it earlier.
Some more?
What I think is neat
I had
about
some
Jade
earlier.
Mountain is that it's a niche. Like, there's so many breweries in Colorado. It's nice to have a brewery that has something going for it, like the Asian inspired.
Yeah.
It's not just another craft brewery. It's like something going on that's they're anchoring their business with, which is cool.
Well, and what a great time on the Modern Eater to have him when we're doing the Chinese New Year show here.
Absolutely.
This is great.
Ingredients and in your talk, and I don't want to get too geeky about what we talked about there, but breweries in general in China, I mean, some of them are just like we're operating, and I hope they know, or maybe they don't know. What's the brewing climate in China?
Well, it's growing. You know, it's probably like America was 20 years ago. People are starting to get into craft beer. They're starting to understand that there's better beers out there besides your normal macro lager. But it's a huge country, and there's probably 100 breweries in the entire country. So the main focus of the breweries are in Beijing and Shanghai, and they just brew more Western style beers. You see the West Coast IPA is super popular out there. They're starting to get into some sour beers a little bit, but not a whole lot. So what we're doing, we do a lot of interesting things out here. So it was really interesting to see, get some inspiration for even the breweries out there. They do some interesting things, because like the goji berries I came across another brewery doing something like that. So just trying some interesting stuff.
And guys, jump in, Jim, if you have a question.
It's neat because the new trend they're saying for 2019 is not just beer. It has to be like a recovery beer or something that's going to do something for you. Have some kind of a tribute to you more than just beer. And the goji berry, everybody knows, has a lot of different health attributes that are good for you, for your brain, thinking patterns. Who knows what else, but
antioxidants, good for your heart, that kind of stuff. So this beer is going to treat you good.
Sean, have you tried, persimmons?
Yes,
I was
persimmons
out
are
there.
great.
It's a big thing
Yeah.
in Beijing.
Yeah, those are really delicious fruits, and I haven't seen too many people use those fruits out there. But that's one of the things we want to explore is those type of fruits. Like even durian, we have sitting right here. So brewing a beer with durian or pomelo or persimmons. So just trying any cool ideas we can find.
What are some can't live without brewing ingredients that they use?
They use
rice.
Well, I guess a lot of rice. You got your traditional rice lager. So I use a lot of rice in our beers. One of the beers we do is actually a gluten-free 100% rice beer, kind of brewed similar to sake. It has like a nice sweet but slightly sour flavor, and it's completely opaque white. So it's a really interesting.
Any hops at all?
Yeah, we do use a little bit of hops. We use it's not super hopped, but Just a little bit. Some Sriracha.
Sean, you know what I found is they like the whiskey, or a lot of whiskey is becoming very big in China.
It's very big.
And what I learned that they like is the oak flavor in the whiskey, and there's a lot of beers that are getting that these days.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything along that line?
We do plan on doing some barrel aged stuff, but not a whole lot of high gravity beers. So the beers that we do barrel age will be most of our low alcohol lagers, like our sake lager. Our sake lager is the second one we have here.
That's this one, okay.
Yeah, this one was brewed with a blend of sake yeast and lager yeast. It's also a rice beer, but this one is a very delicate beer that's usually pairs really well with like sushi and the lighter flavored beers, but I think something like this would do really well in an oak barrel. They get some of the oak flavor, the vanilla and all that. So I think we're just trying to do some interesting stuff.
I'll say that sake lager, Greg. You got to try that because
I'm going to try it right now. Can you, while I'm trying this beer, can you take just 20, 30 seconds and give us an update on Jade Mountain Brewing Company?
Well, we're getting pretty close. we're planning on opening this spring. We're still building out our space, and we're waiting on our license. So
you were singing the same story, brother,
yeah.
right here in Studio Kitchen.
So that's kind of how it goes. But
and Sean, where can you get it now? If I wanted to try it,
right
can
here
I get
at Studio Kitchen,
This
Colorado.
is the only place you can get it right now.
Really? Wow,
Yeah.
we feel special at Modern Eater Studio Kitchen here.
Sean, do you drink this delicious Tommy Knocker
I
beer?
love Tommy Knocker. Every time
do
I
too.
go up to the Loveland to go ski, I stop at.
I think
stop at
everybody
Tommy
does.
Knocker. Yeah,
That's a great halfway point.
And if not, you should. That's for sure. Talk about it, Jim. Some of the things that you're doing right now. You've got a few new flavors here with you.
So we've got a couple new releases. We have a kettle sour that we actually age on peachwood.
Can I try that?
Absolutely.
I'd love to.
This is the first of our Prospector series. Every 2 months, we're releasing a small batch beer.
Say it again.
Every other month, we're going to release a small batch beer. Probably about 250 cases and just like 20 kegs. And it's going to be something unique, like a sour. And you mentioned oak. Our next one is going to be a barrel char beer. We actually bought a new machine called a Shockwave machine, and we're going to put barrel char in it and run the beer through this machine. And it's going to give you a profile that's clean but also oaky with a little bit of whiskey in it. It's going to be a big brown ale.
Giving it the shocker. I like that.
Ingredients are important to you guys at Tommy Knocker as well. Brian, yes, shocker. Ingredients, and as we had a small tour of Tommy Knocker, I don't know, week and a half ago, you showed us some little nuances that you guys do. I mean, even with the orange peels, talk about it, the ingredients that you're using and those types of things.
So Steve likes to have a story behind each one of our beers. We have to have something that's very unique. And one of the things that we do is we actually hand zest all the oranges, and as we're centrifuging the beer, we're forcing the beer through the zest, picking up a lot of that blood orange characteristic, a lot of those oils and flavors.
I love it.
It's pretty unique 2 years ago, and now everybody's doing it that way. But all the fruit beers, especially the citrus IPAs, were made with real fruit. And there was some negative components to that, so we figured out pretty early was in the zest was the magic. So we're sticking with it, but hand zest, real blood oranges for every batch.
I love it, and that personal touch to their beers, which, as I look at you as a pretty good sized craft brewery right there, and growing, obviously, but maintaining those touches as small batch brewers is just really fantastic to me. Steve, anybody ever said you're like a cooler Jim Cook? Anything like at all? I mean,
I don't know. No, I've not got that one.
You haven't gotten that one?
No.
Man,
I take it as a compliment, though.
It is a good compliment. Jim Cook's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Dude, first of all, thank you so much for coming here and talking to us.
you.
And we can't wait. We're going to follow your progress.
Thank you.
Because not only are you a very articulate, smart man who loves the passion for beer and the regions of which you want to explore, but Sean Guerrero, you're a class act, and your beer is really great. So we're going to follow your progress as well.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Cool. Jim, Steve, you're not off the hook because Sean Smiley wants to say something to you guys on the air. So we're going to take a break, and Sean Smiley is going to come back from State 38 Distilling Company. And State 38 and Sean Smiley, this guy is so fun, so cool. He's the hardest working man in show business, and just one of those guys with the nicest of connotations. He's a hustler. He's
president of the Distillers Guild as well.
Yep. So we'll do that. Up next, they're gonna stick around, Steve and Jim, but Sean Smiley's gonna come up next for Booze in the News, all the booze news you can use. It'll be up here from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. Stick around. You're listening to the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio. How long?
3 minutes.
How many?
3.
3. What do I have here for spots?
Purpose and L works.
South River, Intrepid again, and then Growers.
Okay, take out Intrepid and Growers if you could.
To treat curbsides.
It really works.
Okay, coming back in 1 minute.
Purpose and L also protects against certain triggers caused by the sun's rays. With added SPF 30 protection.
Well, I kept Steve and Jim.
Purpose and L.
Yeah.
Works when you have a cold sore. Works when you don't. Use it directly.
Hey, it's Peter Allman with South River Aquaponics. As a chef and aquaponics farmer, I get the importance of conserving our limited water supply. Did you know Colorado is suffering from the most severe drought since 2012? Water shortages are very real, especially with Colorado farmers. And here's the good news. Aquaponic farming uses 90% less water than traditional farming, while producing 4.5 times more food per square foot. 30 weeks, farmers would flood their fields with large quantities of
Done
water,
right, though.
leaving much of this water underutilized and just plain wasted. But because aquaponics is a recirculating
Yeah, get
system,
that
the only
flowing.
water used is
Hey,
what
what'd
the
you think
plants
about that
uptake until
cherrywood
very minor
sour, man? That
evaporation.
is really
South River Aquaponics
delicious.
has been running a
Yeah, that one,
55,000-gallon system
really, I can't
year-round
believe
for
it's just
4
cherry
years,
wood.
and we use less than
It's like, I mean,
500
there
gallons
tastes
of
like
water per
cherries
day.
in there.
Brewed with
Education is very
cherries
important
and
to us
aged
here at
on
South River
cherry wood.
Aquaponics.
Oh,
Invite
brewed
you
with
to
cherry
Aquaponics
wood
at South
and
River
aged on
Aquaponics.
cherry wood.
Delicious.
South River Aquaponics.
Oh, okay.
The future of farming.
Now it's time for
All right, you're up.
the Eaters Booze in the News segment.
I like my beer cold, my meat grilled, and my entertainment explosive.
All we need is a chair and a cooler beer.
Here's your Booze News.
Okay, yes, Booze in the News. Final segment of the Modern Eater Show, Booze in the News, all the booze news you can use. And Steve and Jim from Tommy Knocker Brewery sticking around with us as we introduce Sean Smiley, one of our favorites, back on the show, State 38 Distilling Company. How are you, sir?
Doing well. Thanks for having me back, gentlemen.
Yes. A lot of ground to cover. We got a good solid 8 minutes, guys. Let's do this. Jim, ask Sean a question.
How did you come up with the concept of your distillery?
The name of the distillery, State 38, Colorado is the 38th state. So that's the most basic answer I can give. But I used to moonshine at home.
Okay.
And then my wife said, get that stuff out of the kitchen and start doing this outside of the home. And that's why I decided to start the distillery. But
You actually took one of the pieces that you used at home and started that within the distillery, didn't you?
Yeah, for sure. Humble beginnings, right?
Yeah.
Started off very small, and then we've
Like
expanded.
Home Depot saw you a few times.
Bed Bath & Beyond, Home Depot. And by the way, Home Depot has yet to give me an endorsement check. So from this point forward, it's Lowe's. Lowe's. Yeah, because they're now writing me a check. So.
Yeah, but scrapping it together is really the beginning.
It's
Just
the
like
hustle.
you asked, Jim.
The hustle, boys. Yeah, you gotta hustle.
I said that before. I said in the most endearing way possible, one of the hardest working men in show business and the best hustler I know, Sean Smiley, coming up next.
Coming from you guys. By the way, Greg is the next Bobby Flay of Colorado. Right?
Yeah.
This is like the chopped Iron Chef kitchen.
Don't do that
coming
to him.
out here.
But we appreciate it. And you're one of the motivating factors for us, actually.
Thanks, Jim. Yeah.
Steve, you know Sean?
Yeah, well, we met tonight.
You met tonight?
Yeah.
Cool. These guys are really cool, Tommy Knocker Brewery. Do you go up skiing much?
We've had this conversation on the side here. So when my wife and I go to Breckenridge or Keystone, we'll stop at Idaho Springs every single time to get the bacon wrapped jalapeno popper things.
Those are here tonight.
They're spicy as I remember them too. The crazy thing is you get one and you can eat it and there's no spice. But there's always that one rogue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The one you eat and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
your hair lights on fire. You're like, oh my Lord. I got that one.
I like that rogue.
Which I like that one too, by the way.
You gotta love Mother Nature being different every time.
That's right. That's
So
right.
folks are heading up the hill. That's a good opportunity to first, because Golden, Colorado.
That's right.
Before you go
Yeah.
up the hill,
That's right.
to hit the distillery first, and then go to
Yeah.
Tommy Knocker.
Yeah.
And I think you've got a great day.
Yeah. if you make it to your ski destination.
That's
at
why
that
everybody
point.
has a driver. At this point. Mine's J.
Yeah, let's stop at a distillery and then a
Yeah,
brewery.
everybody needs a J.
Well,
Yeah.
but when you get up to the mountain, all your distilled goods are chilled. And that's the nice thing, you don't got to
True.
worry about that.
True, yes,
And then on
yeah.
your way back down, you hit the brewery.
Yeah,
So it's a win.
Yeah,
Here's what's interesting. Most distillers aren't beer guys.
Oh, no,
But
no.
Are you a beer guy?
Absolutely.
Oh, you are.
I think so.
Yeah, we
Vice
start
versa.
off as beer guys. We all start off as beer guys. I started off as a home brewer, and then I made so many bad batches of beer. Instead of dumping it down the drain,
Distill it.
I built a still and I would distill it. That's actually very common. A lot of
Yeah,
distilleries.
this starts off as beer.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Interesting. How about the other? There's not a brewer that I know that doesn't like whiskey. I mean,
Good spirits.
Jim, you down with the brown?
Absolutely.
You got to be.
I've got a collection.
And this brown ale that you have, is it an ale or what do you got here?
Well, this is our Maple Nut Brown Ale. Built the brewery, been around forever. But our Prospector Series Cherrywood Sour Brown,
so
that's
good.
our new, we released it January 1st. It's our sour beer.
It's so good. Sean Smiley, you're peddling a new line here.
Yeah, damn good. So, kids, cover your ears at home, right? Because
your kids are listening.
I don't know if "damn" is a bad word or not.
No,
Is it anymore?
Not anymore.
Yeah,
Not in the world we live in.
Yeah, I mean, Al
You go real
Bundy used to
deep
do
with
some
that.
things like 20 years ago that would make me blush today. So
But
I
you
feel
got
like-
straight to the point with the name, right? I mean, it's damn good.
It's a tough word to live up to, for sure. Damn good means that we have to make a really good product, obviously. So this is our well line. This is our premium well line of spirits at State 38 Distilling. One of the complaints we're getting from bartenders was square bottles, hard on the hands, heavy to pour. So we want the more ergonomic, friendly, rounder bottles. with
Sean,
the
are you
damn
trying
good.
to take absinthe mainstream then?
Yeah,
wait,
we are.
wait,
Yeah,
wait.
good
Okay.
point. Yeah. So this absinthe retails for $25,
Okay.
and no artificial flavor, no artificial color. The next absinthe of this kind in Colorado sells for $80.
Wow.
So we're trying to make this more approachable for the common consumer because absinthe is a beautiful spirit that can be used in a lot of really great ways. Sazerac. Everyone likes a Sazerac.
Is it hard
right?
to make?
It's not easy. It's not easy, and it requires a lot of government review.
Well, and it was illegal in this country for a while, wasn't it?
2007 is when it became re-legalized in the United States, and it's because of the use of wormwood, which has a chemical compound called thujone in it. Thujone was thought to make people hallucinate when you consume it. Van Gogh, the old ear thing. Let's be honest, Van Gogh was an artist and had some other really deep issues going on in his life, and an alcoholic, so that's probably what led to that. But no, it just got re-legalized in the U.S. About 12 years ago, but because it's still very recently legalized in the U.S., we have to go through a lot of testing to make sure that we're not abusing the amount of wormwood levels to make you guys chase the green fairy all night long.
And this one drinks really nice. It's balanced. It's got
Thank you, brother. Yeah,
the
appreciate
star
that.
anise in there, but
Good
it's not
work,
overdone.
Well, and he's going up against some big names in this space because, listen, there is only heavyweights in the absinthe space. That, like he said, $85 a bottle is most of his competitors.
True.
And that means that these guys came out in a way different way in a long time ago.
Right.
I mean, and so I love the fact that you got in the ring with some heavyweights and said, let me produce a product that is approachable, and not only approachable, but local to Colorado.
Yeah, delicious and great price point, which you're obviously knocking out of the park. One of the things that I think launched this particular damn good right now, but can we jump over to the impeach?
Yeah. You want to get politically?
Right, because it's getting closer and closer, babe. I think
it's coming around soon. Yeah. I didn't. I'll give it a few months. Yeah. So look, I want to say this first and foremost. I'm extremely conservative with my political views. I'm a small business owner. I own 4 small businesses, but I also have a sense of humor. And I enjoy satire. And satire, I think, is something that's missing because we take things too seriously in politics nowadays. My Facebook feed is filled with friends who are like aggressively calling each other bad names over politics. Like, calm down, guys. Let's relax a little bit. So Impeach Vodka is my satirical, my Mad magazine, if you will, of alcohol. That is a Russian flag in the background behind the toupeed Peach because we know who he really represents.
I'm going to do something interesting here that I haven't done before. So we're live on iHeartRadio. The show ends in about 50 seconds.
Yep.
We're going to continue on Facebook Live. If you don't mind, we'll do another 10, 15 minutes
Sounds good.
and have
Sounds
some
good.
fun
Yeah.
and just get off the hook. So I have to just do the thank yous first. But one thing, if you you probably can't do it in 10 seconds. Stick around. Transfer over to Facebook Live. We're going to continue on there. This is going to be fun. We're going to talk about a few things. But the government shutdown and the tie-in with you. Sean Smiley.
Offering free shots.
Free shots.
Nice,
You want to find out how
nice.
you can get a free
Furloughed.
shot?
That's cool.
Stick around. We're going to continue. We'll be back next week from Studio Kitchen, Colorado, the Modern Eater Show. All right, let's.
Now we're back
Are we down?
live on Facebook.
Yeah, we're on Facebook. Don't
guys,
don't take
don't
your
leave.
headsets
Yeah,
off.
come on back.